As a musician, what are some of the things that you really want but think you can't have? We want to make more money, right? We want to make more money. We want to have control, power, autonomy over our careers. We don't want to be injured. And heck, when we do have playing related pain or injury, because up to 90% of us are going to, we want to know what the heck to do about it instead of just giving a blind answer like, well, you should just rest. Okay. Also, there is a stigma. There's so much about this whole situation, but with those three things, there's stigma around musicians' injury. Guys, up to 90% of us are going to experience this. But we stay silent, which perpetuates the problem. I was just talking to a guitar player the other day, and he was telling me how he's dealing with something. I think it's trigger finger. I'm referring him to my hand therapist, who's actually been helping me. She helps musicians here in Nashville. Shout out to Noelle. If you need her information, let me know, and I'm happy to send it to you. But he was telling me that he was afraid to tell anybody because, he didn't want to lose the gig. He didn't want to get kicked off the tour. He didn't want to lose his job. And that's fair. But then he started talking to other musicians, and he talked to a couple other people, and they all had injuries. They all had hand stuff. They'd gone through things, but they had all suffered in silence. Problems perpetuate when we stay silent. There is strength in numbers, and when we start to realize that we should be treated like athletes, because we are athletes, and we deserve the same kind of care that athletes get, this won't happen. So what happens? We have stigma, right? Nobody wants to lose the gig, so we stay silent. We don't know what to do when something hurts. So we just stay quiet, and we push through pain. We ignore it because we don't know what to do. So we think, well, I'll just rest. But we don't have time to rest. And then when we do rest, it doesn't get better. Or we see a doctor. We don't know which doctor to see. We see a doctor, and that doctor tells us to just rest or just quit playing, even worse, which doesn't help or solve the problem. You don't tell a baseball pitcher who's thrown out his shoulder he should quit baseball. No, you help him, right? So that's what I'm doing in my job security program, but I'm doing a 2-day intensive because I realize it's a 90-day program. It gives you the freedom to go through all the modules and learn all the things and hop on the coaching calls with us that we have once a week. It gives you the freedom to do that on your own time, which is great for a lot of people because there's a lot of information, and I'm going to go through that real quick with what you learn. But the 2-day intensive condenses all of that information into a weekend because some of us work better on shorter timelines, right? We work better on short deadlines. We don't have time, or we know we won't make the time to do a longer program, right? So it's not for everybody. But if you want to cram in a ton of knowledge on how to fix this problem for yourself, your bandmates, your students, your colleagues, this is the event for you. I put the link. It's musicstrong.com/2day. What you're going to learn: we change your mindset. We address lack mindset about, we want more money, but musicians are always broke. Not true. We don't think that musicians will ever get paid what they're worth. We think we have to have certain jobs to be a legit musician. All these feelings around lack and the mindset that goes around with it, we change those. We address those. And so we start with your mindset. Then we do some body awareness training because you can't be aware of pain if you're not aware of it, right? You can't fix it if you're not aware of it. So we do some body awareness training. Then we go through the different types of medical practitioners there are and how they can help you. How to pick the right practitioner for whatever your problem is. Is a sports medicine doctor right for you? That kind of thing. So you're going to be empowered to know when you have to see someone, or your buddy is on tour and like, man, my so-and-so is just killing me. You have an educated answer of where to send them, right? So we're going to learn about that. We're going to learn about the different types, the different modalities there are that can help you as a musician. What is cupping? What is taping? How does massage help? What is dry needling? What does a PT do? Et cetera, right? You're going to learn all that. From there, we're going to learn about the different types of injuries that musicians face, how to identify them. Not that you're going to diagnose them, but you can be informed and you'll know if rest is appropriate or not. So you don't tell your buddy who has an injury to rest when rest could be the worst thing to happen, right? Most of the time, rest is not what you need. Rest is good for acute injuries, not chronic things. So if it's an overuse injury, rest will only help to a point, and then you have to strengthen the muscles. And we're going to learn how to do that as well. So we're going to learn about the anatomy that you need to know as a musician, you know, what muscles are there in your forearm? Where are the muscles in your shoulders, and what do they do? What about the muscles in your neck? We're going to learn about those muscles, how it all connects with your core, your hips, your feet, etc. And from there, I'm going to teach you how to identify muscle compensations in yourself, in your students, in your colleagues, so you can make more informed, helpful content. Like, you can help people. If they're saying, hey, this hurts, you can help identify where those muscle compensations are. Now you're going to know what different types of injuries are. You're going to learn how to identify those. And then I'm going to teach you different exercises and how to put together a workout program. And it's a corrective exercise program. It's not like a full, you know, like CrossFit style anything. This is all stuff that you can learn backstage. You're going to walk away with your own corrective exercise routine you can do to keep yourself healthy and strong and fit on stage, and you're going to learn how to do that for others. So you can monetize this yourself. You can offer this as something that is, who else is doing this in the higher ed world, right? There's not that many people. That'll set yourself apart with your colleagues, whether it's in higher ed, whether it's on tour, whether it's backstage, whatever, right? This is how we change the face of musicians' wellness, okay? And I would love for you to join us. May 21st and 22nd is our first 2-day intensive. The second one is July 9th and 10th, and I would love for you to join. Only 4 more days before the price goes up, and I want you to grab this before it goes full price, okay? So I've dropped the link below, musicstrong.com/2-day. You're going to get the recordings from the entire 2 days. You're going to get downloads. You're going to get a whole wealth of things. And if you do decide, this was great, but I want more information, you want access to the full program, whatever you paid for the 2-day intensive will be applied to the cost of the full program. That's job security for musicians, and I hope you can join us.